Looks like we got a new friend!
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Isle of Blythesmoth. We're very glad to have you. Thank you very much for joining us as we return after the Christmas break. I won't make any puns. We'll save them. We'll save them for later. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, let's start off by talking about our social links. Please check out our Discord, Twitch, and Twitter. You're on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Check out all those things. They're great. Also, check out our tweet. Every 10 retweets, there will be a wild magic surge. And we are currently on 8 as I hastily update that number. Also, please check out our sponsors, Hero Forge, who have just released information, just a teeny bit of information about their Kickstarter coming up halfway through January. Color printing, y'all. Printing minis fully colored. I don't know how much I can reveal, so I'm not going to go into any more, but the Kickstarter opens halfway through this month. You can go and get on their sign-up sheet right now. There's a tweet on my page that's been retweeted a few times. You can go and see that for the email link to get on their email list. There are early bird rewards and discounts and things. So go and get your email signed up. Who knows what you'll get. Also, check out the Deck of Many. The Deck of Many. Hey, Kayla, you have a Deck of Many, right?
Why, yes, I do. Shall we pull up a card at the same time?
Well, no, actually, what I was thinking is, how about instead of doing, well, Wild Magic Surge for retweets. Wild Magic Surge is for retweets.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone donates, how about we draw from the Deck of Many instead of taking a Wild Magic Surge?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah?
I like that. Yeah.
Am I dropping something on you that goes
gonna-
against all of your prep? Because I remember we
No.
were just literally before we went live having a conversation about prepared DMS umbrella.
No.
And I'm like,
No.
hey, we're live! Why don't we do this?
No, that works. I like that.
Okay, cool.
I
So
know. I just feel like this is coming around because you hit me with it in tactic diplomacy, so now I get to hit you back with it. Hey,
I drew the Vizier.
nice.
Go. Moving cards that cast as you cast them. I believe Kent might also have a set somewhere nearby. Spell cards over there with Kent. And all sorts of cool things. Also check out their Humblewood campaign, which is an expansion for 5e, which lets you play birds and things. And if you haven't seen the Paladin Owl, go and look it up. Just go Google Humblewood, you'll find it. Or just go and look on their website, you'll see it. Check out Mage Hand Press as well. Mage Hand Press make all kinds of expansions for 5e in all kinds of settings, including cowboys and pirates and all sorts. Most recently, they released their hardback edition of Dark Matter, a fully comprehensive space expansion for 5e. It includes races, it includes backgrounds, it includes a whole system for ship combat. It includes an expanded spell list. It's essentially a second PHP. In fact, you could use it as a PHP. You could do that. That's all the things. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's start with... Hey, Banishka, why don't we start with you this week? Go this way around the screen. How you doing? Oh, you're muted. I don't know. I'll tell you what, we'll go the other way around after all and come back to you. No sound yet. Kayla!
Oh, hi. I am that Kayla person. I will be your DM for tonight, and I have pizza! Yay! Yeah, if you want to see more of me, you can catch me over on Monday nights, same channel, so don't leave. And it is at 10:30 p.m. EST for Tact and Diplomacy, where I play a very tired-looking Reese who apparently makes me look like trash. Yay. But yeah, that's all I got.
I'm feeling slightly called out by the apparently there. Considering you just admitted that you literally looked up YouTube videos to help you look
did,
more
yeah.
trashy.
Not trashy, just tired.
Okay.
But
Same
I mean, I
difference.
achieved it.
You did.
I achieved my goal of looking very, very tired and exhausted.
I'm out
so.
here giving backhanded compliments, and I just don't feel like they're being received very well.
You know what? Joke's on you, Scrat. I like being backhanded.
Yeah.
So there.
Whoa. Well. More than I was ready for this session. Next around, let's go to Academic. Now a renowned game writer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, kind sir, for all the compliments.
You made everyone cry, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. My name's Kai. I can be found on Twitter as Academic. On my Twitter, you can find my card with all my other stuff. Check out the game that makes people cry, Gentle Rain and Soft Rain. They are also on my itch doll, which is on my card, which is everywhere. I don't know, man. Just go give it a check.
Fantastic. Next around the screen, we have Ken. Ken, are you flipped properly? How you doing?
Hi guys, Kent Weaves here. Oh my god, I am flipped the right way. It is my first stream, my first time meeting these guys. It's just a day of firsts here, and like, I'm really excited to be here with my new friends in this new stream. I don't even know what streaming is. They just told me to get a camera and get pretty lights up, and I'm like, okay. But I'm really super excited for this.
It is the joke that never ends. It just goes on and on.
No, but honestly, I'm so excited to get back into the mind of D'Artagnan. I promise he won't kill fish today.
I don't believe you. Hey, Banishka, do we have sound?
Hey, can you hear me?
We do. You're a little quiet. Your sound levels could come up a little bit, but you're good. How you doing?
I am great. I am so excited to be back. I'm Bonishka here and on Twitter. Tonight is the only night you'll be able to find me on this channel, but it's an awesome channel. You should tune in whenever you can.
Oh, thank you.
Also, everyone, you'll see new goals up here again. We now are using our January numbers as goals for this year. Because in theory, if we beat all of last month's numbers, then we've grown, right? We've done well. We've done the thing. So help us hit those numbers. We appreciate you. As a whole month goals up there. I'm playing Shelby Snickwickle, who is currently, probably about 15 or something. Thanks to some wild magic shenanigans.
Yeah. 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah, we were on 14 retweets, so we're going to be starting with a wild magic surge as I hand over to that Kayla person. Let's find out who. Actually, before I do hand over, since I've got the mic. I believe Fernando. Fernando, if you're in the chat, let us know so you can roll that wild magic surge for us.
Yes,
Kayla.
please do, because the DM is totally prepared and not accidentally not in roll 20. Huh. Oh, God.
Kayla, is this your first stream too?
It's my first stream, guys! And I can't remember my password.
Oh no!
There we go. We're totally cool. We've got this. Holidays didn't make us rusty at all. Yay. Oh, there's music already playing.
I would have asked you to play music on the way in if there wasn't.
Yep. Cool. I'm in. We're good.
And your wild magic surge number is a 71.
71. All right, I will keep track of that. So last time we were all together, you all had decided you've landed on the island first and foremost, and you decided to make your way around town, seeing a few strange things. People who weren't people but were people, but monsters that acted like people. It's probably nothing. You stole mail, and then headed up into the woods, and we're heading all the way up to the lighthouse on the west side of the island. and you got stopped for a moment because you saw a few more of those monsters doing people things again as they were heading up seemingly the same direction as you. And then you came across them again, this time building a wall straight across. And you decided, well, we'll try and sneak around it, only to then get caught and subsequently attacked. Found out that being touched or touching them probably isn't fun. And let's see what else happened. Oh, somebody turned blue. D'Artagnan wanted to jump off a cliff that was like 400 feet. Thought it was fine, tripped and fell. Probably for the best. Shelby is 14, like we said, but slowly aging back up. And you saw a shadowy figure in a cloak, just as the fight was ending. Well, Luca specifically did. Run across and jump over the fence. Couldn't catch them. They got away. But as you got up to the lighthouse itself, you were approached again by the same cloaked figure who basically took all of you and told you to get out of sight and pushed you down into a hole. Well, jumped down herself first. Down into a pit, much like the first safe house that you found on the beach. That same mark. This keeps popping up everywhere. But you followed her, and you jumped down into the pit. This is where we will pick up, as she's going over and quickly starting up a lantern, kind of lighting up the dim space. You look around this area, it's pretty dark down here. It's kind of like a subterranean thing. It's etched right out of the walls. But this one seems to be better taken care of. There are shelves around. There are supplies everywhere, piled in the corners, crates, rope, food. The lantern that she's holding is pretty filled. And you see other like little canisters of oil off to the side. But she turns back towards you, takes off her cloak, the same half-orc woman that you met, with one tusk poking up on the left side of her mouth as she looks at all of you. So, what the hell are you all doing down here exactly? I haven't seen anybody normal in a while, so seeing all yous.
Wow. I can't remember Shelby's voice exactly.
That was it, though.
It was? Great.
Yeah.
At least at 16 it was.
Yeah, at 16 it was. I remember
Hadn't dropped
I
yet.
went for a completely different voice. I guess you'll have some of this going on.
It was like a very high,
Oh,
sort of, like
no.
northern English. I did.
You make me you remind me of like Baby
Baby
Fergus
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
or
Everyone-
Baby
Baby-
Yoda. Everyone
Baby
wants
Yoda
to-
and Fergus combined.
Yeah, those who remember Fergus, just take a moment. Okay. Okay.
Well, we were sent here by I'm sorry, I seem to have a frog in my throat. We were sent here by some monks, right? Who like wanted us to do stuff for
Free?
lots of money.
We did get a good bargain.
What kind of priests and monks?
Priest.
What's the
Priests.
difference?
Wow.
Well,
Monks use key.
technically I'm a monk, but I am not a priest.
Really? I thought you were just like a gravedigger or something.
I have done that too.
Right. So, you're sent here by a priest. By
Father-
chance, is his name Father Swan? Yeah.
Swan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we don't trust him.
You don't trust him.
No.
I don't trust anyone.
He trusts everyone.
It's probably for the best because I don't trust the asshole either. He's the one that sent me here. So, not exactly fond of him at the moment, but
Are you from the missing party?
define missing. I wouldn't necessarily say missing, as I didn't really go missing in the first place.
Well,
The rest of them,
land, you are pretty missing.
according to them,
Do you have the thing to keep in contact, or did you take that off, or did you ever get one?
the thing.
We converse with him through our microphone. Not microphone. A two-way device. Oh, no.
Magical earrings.
Magical earrings.
Magical
Yes.
earrings.
That kind of bite you.
Yeah,
Looks like
no,
we
we
got a
didn't
new
get any of
friend.
that. He did give us something, but like I can't use it. I'm not exactly going to leave here, if you get my drift.
Hey,
What
are-
everyone. We have a
what are your
new gilded
names?
hat in the chat. Thank you so much, Fistic, for 12-month subscription. You have graduated with honors and have a gilded hat to show for yourself. You may gift an advantage to anyone you wish. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So what y'all got some names?
What kind of names?
I don't know the names that I can call you by.
Oh, I thought you meant do you like have some names, and I was like, I mean, I don't, but I could get some. We could make a list.
No, the names that I can call you by. It's an expression. You ever heard of an expression before?
What? You speak very. Is
Yeah.
I'm Shelby.
Hi, Shelby.
My name is Javier.
I am.
Us two. D'Artagnan. Dart.
Oh, you've heard of me! Excellent! I don't need to introduce myself then. I
I
am.
don't know if that is a good thing.
And I'm Luca.
Right. All right. So you were all sent here by Father Swan. What exactly is the deal here? You're coming onto the island. What are you looking for?
There is a reason that we are the only, how do you say, human looking, normal looking people you have seen. We both know there is a reason for it. They have paid us to figure out the reason, probably in the same manner that they paid you, or tried to pay you. And to be precise, somebody told us that we might be able to find you here. So we first tried looking for you, and here you are.
Here I am.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do a dance, enjoy, but like, it is what it is. And what it is that you know more than we do.
Barely.
How
My
come?
brother knows more, honestly, but finding him is gonna be a trick and a half.
How do you mean?
Look, let me just start from the beginning. So, me and my brother were on the mainland, right? And we hear tale that this big old storm comes around and hits the island. Well, we were born here, we grew up here, so we were a little bit concerned. Then we heard there was going to be a party going out about a month later. Fine, we sign up, we're the first ones. We get shipped over here by fucking Father Swan himself. He gives us all these coins, says, oh, use these in case of emergencies, whatever. So we come back over to the island, right? This whole place is different. I've watched it for a while now. I've never seen the island quite like this. So first there were people, right? Then they started just kind of disappearing. And then those things started showing up in their places. doing the same things that they normally would do. It's like they disappeared for a day, come back, suddenly they're monsters. It's strange. I can't get near them, get headaches, can't touch them, hurts me. It's the weirdest damn thing. But me and my brother came back over here with a few other people. They, of course, were idiots, didn't listen to us, got captured, haven't heard anything from them since. Me and my brother have been skulking around the island trying to figure out all this stuff. We split up, bing bang boom, here I am, here you are.
And where is your brother now?
Supposedly, he said he was going to the outpost. It's on the south side of the island. Supposed to keep track. Usually the boats go around the south side of the island. It's kind of like a pseudo lighthouse thing, but not really. Just to keep people from crashing into the rocks.
Have you been around there?
You guys haven't. No, you guys on the map, if you will, you guys landed somewhere here, just a little bit south.
Hang on.
Oh.
Go, everyone. There we go. Carry on.
Yeah. So you guys landed somewhere here, a little bit south of town. Managed to curve your way around the town and then headed up here eventually to this part of the island where the lighthouse is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense.
The outpost, however, according to the map that Jackson gave you, is down here.
Okay. So the other way.
Okay, well, let's just head down there. Hey! My voice is better!
I think this was the voice you had.
Yeah!
Welcome back, Shelby.
Thank you.
Ms. Ella, are we to understand then that people disappeared individually? It wasn't everyone at once?
It seemed that way. It was strange. Big groups of people would go missing.
And then when they came back, there was no violence or difficulty integrating back in among the normal folk?
That's the thing. They kind of went missing all in big groups in big certain areas. Like, there's the east side of the island and the west side of the island, right? You got the east town and the west town. Half of the west town just went missing. And then were replaced. And then the other half went missing. And then suddenly the east town starts getting hit. In big chunks. Whole neighborhoods just gone. And then the next day, you got monsters roaming around the streets. People are freaking out, staying in their homes, and then they go missing because they're locked away. And then the next thing you know, boom, they're wandering around monsters again. It was targeted. It was not random. The island itself has been acting real weird. I swear, the other day I woke up purple.
Hey, I went through lots of stages of being young.
I tripped yesterday. It was really rough for me.
He has a very hard life.
I'm not sure if tripping is... Okay.
You know, Shelby, I would have made that jump. The island's messing with my coordination and my dexterity.
Throwing off your feng shui.
It is, indeed.
Either way, island's been acting really good. And not sure what to do about it. Sent here originally to figure out what happened to the island and go on back there.
But you said you grew up here.
Yep.
So is it that different? I mean, you must still know
monsters roaming the street, getting headaches. Yeah, it's a little bit.
But what I mean is not the monsters. I mean the island. You must know the island.
Of course I know this island. I know this island like the back of my hand.
That is what I wanted to hear. So,
Do you have a mole by your right knuckle?
I got 2.
Can I see the back of your hand?
She shows you the back of her hand. There's
Does
2
she
moles.
have 2 moles? Wow.
Any other questions about the back of my hand?
We can trust this one. They know what they're talking about.
very good, Shelby.
I
Excellent.
like this one. This one knows what he's talking about.
Since you've been here and you grew up here, are there any new like structures or mines or some crazy like cultist area that's been forming, or is it just the monsters and the such?
Well, there's always been a few weirdos on the island. I'll be quite frank. There's this old legend about the island, about how it's haunted, how it's cursed, how the land is stained red with blood, all of that bullshit. But I never really put much merit into it until, well, rather recently when I woke up purple and a little confused. There's always been weirdos, though, that I've just bought into it.
Oh, one last question. Do you happen to know this symbol? And he draws out the.
Yeah, that symbol, it's all around the island. It's been here as long as I can remember. I never really asked what it was. Usually whenever I found one, there was some kind of hidey hole. Me and my brother would sink in, steal some stuff, and head back home.
Okay. All right. So some type of like smuggler's cove or cultist cove or whatever.
Look, I know your type. You're dressed up like a pirate. You really think an island in the middle of the ocean isn't gonna have some sneaky sons of bitches wandering around making a thieves guild over here? You're kidding me, right? Of course there's gonna be some kind of sneaky underground thing. Now, if they're cultists or they believe some kind of religion, I have no idea. But as far as I know, no.
Could Kayla, could I do like a check to see if I've heard of any? Because like I don't know if it's just exclusive to this island, but maybe in my time as a pirate / thief, whatever, that I may know of this marking historically, context, because it has been around since Ella's been young, so it might have some merit outside of the island, maybe, or known in certain circles.
Well, give me a history check and we'll see what
Okay.
we come up with.
History check.
Yeah.
Great. The one check that I. How about a natural 20?
What is with you?
How about a
You can't
natural
roll lower than a
20,
15.
Kayla?
How? I don't understand. This boy, I swear.
I am like Mr. fucking Magoo over
You've
here.
hacked Roll20. I know it, and I will prove it.
Can't prove nothing.
So,
Disadvantage, all rolls.
I really should have given him disadvantage. I have a few to give out.
Oh, yeah, you do.
All right. Well,
Well, what do I what do I know about this symbol with the natural 20?
with the natural 20, you kind of pause a moment, kind of like glance back towards the door that you came from, and you can still see on the hatch, when she had opened it up, the symbol was drawn on the underside of the hatch. So now that the hatch is closed, you can see it. And you kind of look at it for a moment. And something just kind of like rings in the back of your head. Maybe it's not a house. Maybe that's not a sun. Something about it just doesn't sit right. That's not what it's meant to be. It's what it looks like, obviously, to all of your eyes, but that's not what it is.
Did you want thinking music?
I love the thinking music. I was just about to ask you for thinking music.
Taylor, could you describe the symbol for me one more time?
Yeah, I will draw it out for you.
Oh, that's even greater because I was gonna draw it.
I think Bonnie might have it already in her notes.
Oh, there we go. I just drew it very badly. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Can you flip it over?
Oh, upside down?
Yeah.
How about if we, like, fold it in half and like, swap it around that way?
Yeah, we should try that. Let's do that.
I hate
have
you.
Post-it
I'm
notes.
literally doing that with my finger right now. I'm literally just like holding my finger on specific points.
I brought home Post-it notes for work, and now you're making me do this. So upside down and half?
Okay. Now
Like
to
that
this.
way?
Now side. Now, like,
What? Like that?
yeah. Okay.
It almost looks like a person in a dress.
It does. Maybe we're
With
looking
like two
for
little arms.
a large person.
How do I deeper think into this with a roll?
How do I deeper think?
You use your brain.
You are lucky with a natural 20 you got that much, sir.
Oh man.
So, I'm going to relay this to Kai and Luca.
Thank you so much for the raid, Browmance. Welcome in, Raiders.
Hello. I'm going to like relay this information and be like, you know what, guys? It's not a sun and a house. It might be something else. I can't remember completely right now, but I've seen or it's not coming to me right now, but it's not a sun in a house.
It looks a little bit like the blade of a spade, actually. Or a shovel.
spade?
Oh, like a hole, a treasure hole, like a treasure chest trove.
Possibly.
Swear to God, you pirates got one thing on the goddamn brain all the time, and it's always treasure. Always.
Well, you're a treasure.
Alright, big boy, reel it in. Dial it back.
You're right. It's still early in the morning.
For the record, this half-orc woman is got like a head on you. A full head in height.
That's okay.
Might step on you.
Okay. So Ella,
Yeah.
when you've gone into these holes with this symbol, what do you usually find within the loot? Is it more practical supplies, or are there some interesting like knickknacks that might be a little strange for the environment that you're in?
Well, usually it's just stuff. Kind of like this, lanterns, rope, all of that stuff. One time, me and my brother, right, we go down into one of these holes, and we actually found this weird looking sword thing, and we were playing with it, and we chopped down this whole like shelf, and it all came crashing down, and we bolted out of there, right? And then we came back like a week later, and it was like, I guess it must have been potions or something, because like all of it had grown into these like mushrooms and stuff. And then we took the mushrooms and we started selling them to the sailors down at the docks. Yeah, that's some pretty good coin that summer.
What kind of mushrooms were they?
Yes.
I don't know, some kind of mushrooms. You got a real bad trip from them.
What did they look like?
They were skinny, and they were kind of purple on the top. I saw one guy eat one like the moment we were selling it to him down there, And he just immediately started throwing up, and it was wicked awesome, I tell you.
Can Luca roll something to see if she knows what kind of mushrooms these are with my background?
How about a nature or a what else might be? Or a kind of survival maybe?
I'll take it. I'm sure this has nothing to do with what's going on, but maybe.
With a 16, you get the sense they probably accidentally grew drugs, or there were mushrooms and they had spilled some strange combination of potions onto these mushrooms, enhanced them somehow, and created something that should not exist and is probably outlawed in 13 states.
And
Shelby's still looking at the symbol. Can I make like a survival or nature roll? I want to see if like this is one of like the patron type things that travelers use to communicate, maybe.
Yeah, let's do a survival specifically.
I'm going to give you my luck for roll 20. Enjoy.
I already have kind of crazy luck, but thank you, I'll take it. Do I use advantage or flat roll for now?
Not that you needed it. You get the sense, yeah, especially you've seen 2 places with this symbol already on it. This is you don't know what the symbol means exactly, but it is definitely marking places that are all connected underneath this symbol. So it could be like just safe houses for an underground thieves guild or something, but they're like generally places that you can duck into and hide into really easily.
I reckon these are smugglers. Didn't one guy have a tattoo of this?
Yes.
Oh, if you don't know,
Right.
you don't know what it is, then you wouldn't think anything of it, right? So the officials would just look at it and go, "Huh, nice tat." But a
It was
smuggler
right.
would look at it and go, "Hey, let's do business."
Oh, that is fair.
Very wise of you, Shelby.
I mean, islands are famous for smuggling. I used to live on an island for a little while. The stuff we used to smuggle past the port was unbelievable.
But Shelby, if you would smuggle, so to speak, and you would want people to know that you are a smuggler,
Well, only certain people.
yes, why would you embed it into your skin? What if the police find out that it is a smuggling thing? You would not be able to get out of that alive.
Well, if it was me, I would pull a double bluff and I'd get one of them like henna tattoos. But I'm not saying everyone's as smart as you and me, Xavier.
That is true. Ella, could you please tell me more about the sword that you found?
It was just a sword. I don't know. We found it. It was pretty wicked awesome. It was this big heavy thing, and my brother told me I couldn't lift it. And I was like, are you kidding me? I could totally lift that thing. And it was this big, huge, long thing. It kind of, I don't know, looked like something they'd use to like execute people. I was like, yeah, this is going to be my sword. Of course, then we broke the stuff and we had to get rid of the damn thing, so. But for what it's worth, it was pretty wicked awesome.
Yeah, wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
What did you do with it? Did you just leave
Sold
it there?
it.
You sold it.
Look, this is probably a little bit too much information. My mom grew up in a brothel, right? Didn't mean to have us, if you get what I'm saying. So money was always a little bit tight. You find what you can, you sell it, you get money. Boom.
Yeah, no, I respect the hustle, but like, you find a way out. I don't know.
I was 12. What are you gonna do? Sue me.
I have been 12 too, and I did not do that. But okay. I respect it. So what are your long-term plans? Like, are you going to stay here?
Well, I would like to build up my portfolio. Yeah, I'd like to get off the goddamn island.
I thought so.
I mean, why not, come hang out with us, get this shit done, and get off the island with us? Win-win.
How do I know I can trust
Sorry, once...
How do I know I can trust you guys?
You don't.
We're not Father Swan, that's for fucking sure.
That is true.
Yeah, but apparently he's talking right in your ears, so...
Well, we don't give him all the information, or any information thou has. Thine has? Crap, I forgot I need to do the thy, thou, then, themes. Sorry.
You want me to come along with you, right? You want me to come along, right?
I think you're a cool person, smart, witty, got some good information. We could help each other out.
You can
I can be
trust
smart
me.
sometimes.
I have a scar that runs on my left hand from my middle knuckle all the way to the base of my thumb.
Show me.
And there is a scar.
Plus, you have 2 moles on your hand, and Shelby trusts you. So, he would have trusted you with 1 mole. Thou has 2.
I'll follow you, D'Artagnan, captain of the Sapphire, whatever.
How do you know me? I didn't even
I
say
live
my
around
name.
sailors, okay? I know these things. I've been on this island. I heard your name. All right, listen. I'll do this. But y'all said you're getting paid, right?
Yes.
How about giving me a little bit of cut?
You can take half of what I make.
You can take half of what he makes.
I'll take it.
I forgot how much I got for everyone, but
20,000. She's getting 10 now, and you're getting 10, and we're getting 20.
I don't know if it's because Kayla's playing the character, or if she's doing that Bostonian accent that I'm just like, half will make someone trust you. D'Artagnan, great at that, making deals, plans.
All right, I'll take half.
All right, so you'll get 10,000 gold.
Shakes your hand. Well, then, I guess we're doing business together. First of all, before we go find my brother, though, we need to go up the lighthouse. I'm pretty sure there's going to be something up there. Look, here's the thing. The other lighthouse got damaged, but this one's still standing. And I kind of think that might have something to do with it. That and the person who used to live up here in the lighthouse was into some crazy weird stuff. So, head up the lighthouse, maybe he was hiding something up there. Or at the very least, we can look out over the island and see what the hell's going on, how much of this place is actually infected with those things. Still, it's worth doing. It's the highest point on the island.
Fair enough.
That seems like a wise idea.
Yes.
Shelby, what do you think?
I'd like to go and check out the lighthouse.
Do you have a do you have any music for lighthouse adventuring?
Can't tell if he's frozen or not.
No, he's not frozen.
Went full Yapeg.
I've done that before. Did you see that bit a while back? Someone took a break when they came back. Me and the other 4 characters were all pretending to be frozen. They started freaking out.
Oh, absolute evil.
It'd be really hard for me to freeze my camera because of my lighting.
Yeah, it really would. Not at the moment. I'll get back to you on that one. Have a lighthouse family, maybe?
Or just adventuring music to a lighthouse.
Oh, merrily forsooth. And so on.
I think that's perfect. That shall be playing the entire walk to the lighthouse.
It's not that far of a walk. You guys head up out of the little hole in the ground. You do notice, however, as she's kind of leading you up, first off, Luca, your pack feels heavier than usual. So there's that. And she's the first one to climb out of the hole. So she gets up out of it and is holding open the trapdoor for all of you. But as, I don't know, let's say Shelby goes on to help lead the pack first, all of a sudden there's like this shift. And Shelby, where you were first trying to climb out of the hole, you are now all the way in the back.
Huh.
And Luca, who happened to be in the back, is now starting to climb out of the hole. And where Javier and D'Artagnan and Ella all seem to shift one in like a sort of triangle being redilated. All of you just shift positions all of a sudden. Nothing happens. You don't feel any different. You're just all different spots.
Excuse me, what just happened?
That's very odd.
See, this is what I'm telling you. The island's acting weird. I've never have happened to me before. Ever. Ugh.
Well, nobody got hurt.
We're still us, right? We're not like, it's not like our personalities went into each other's. Oh no, I'm still me. Okay, cool. Okay.
So Luca's gonna climb out, and she'll stand to the side and kind of like try to readjust her pack and like strap it along a little bit tighter, find a more comfortable place to.
You
Pack is kind of comfortable right now.
You're readjusting, and you notice one of the side pouches kind of makes this weird noise. I mean, makes this kind of like kind of noise, if you can hear
Kind
that.
of reach around. Don't remember putting anything in there, and kind of reach into the pouch and just to see what's going on.
Roll me 2d6. Five. So you reach your hand in there and you feel these like rocks. Is somebody playing a trick on you? Rocks, maybe? You reach in and pull it out, and in your hand you hold 5 gems. Each of them worth 200 gold each.
Ooh, awesome. She's gonna look around quickly to see if anybody else kind of noticed that she has these in her hands, and tuck them right back into the pouch and kind of like pat it.
Roll me a sleight of hand to see if anybody else notices. I will say, probably Javier, when the switch happened, you probably ended up already outside of the hole.
Could I roll a perception to see if I catch it before the sleight of hand? Or to challenge it?
You can, but you're still down in the hole, so you would
Oh,
probably
then I
have
wouldn't see it.
disadvantage.
Never mind. No, I wouldn't
Yeah.
see it then. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna see it.
Have you has Luca rolled already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. Let me see. Oh god. Beep.
No,
No,
doesn't see it.
I don't see shit.
Okay. We're just gonna tuck those away for other reasons.
You just see her kind of adjust her pack and get readjusted. Ella heads up out of the hole. Everybody piles out of the hole, and she kind of leads you around. and you see in front of you this it's a tall lighthouse of a woman, very much like what was on the mainland, but her arms are stretched out, reaching towards the mainland, like aching for something almost, like reaching to get something or give something, but her hands are empty, which is kind of where you get the feeling that's where the name comes from, the empty lady.
That's the name of the title.
I said the title
You
in the
said
session.
the title. Sorry.
So Ella leads you around, and you guys go inside of the lighthouse itself. Stepping inside, this place is a mess. When she said there was a storm, you immediately get that sense that there was definitely some kind of storm that hit here, because lots of parts of the walls are just cracked. Whole sections of stone stairs had just fallen in. Wood has cracked and buckled in places. It looks very unsafe in here. But as Ella stands there and kind of looks up and kind of like follows her eyes all the way up to the top of the tower, she kind of pauses before, I think we can make it. There's a kind of path up there. It's gonna get spotty right up in there, but whatever. Ready to go up?
Let's do this, shall we?
Starts heading her way up. You guys head up the stairs. At first there's stone, so it's kind of easy, but there's you get almost one full rotation around before there's a big giant chunk missing, and a gap about 10 feet-ish. How would you like to get across? Don't all speak at once.
I don't remember how jumping works. How high are we up?
I'd say it's only one story thus far.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I would like to try to jump across, but I want to do it kind of cool. So if I come running and then jump with a somersault. And land up.
Parkour.
Yeah.
Give me, let's say it's an acrobatics check.
I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, there it is. There's that monk stuff going on. With ease, you see, first Ella gets up there first, and she's kind of looking at it and kind of judging the distance. All right, if we can get over it this way. And then all of a sudden, Luca goes bolting up the stairs past her, leaps off the topmost step, does a double flip in the air, and then just lands perfectly on the other side.
And then I'll pull out my rope and kind of gesture to see if someone's going to be ready to catch it so we can throw it back, assuming that would make it easier for people to get across.
Oh, right. Come on. Ella's ready to catch.
Just throw the end of the rope.
Gets the other side and kind of wraps it around her arm. I don't know if this is going to work, but...
Damn it, I was muted. Little Shelby's just going to jump. It's only 10 feet.
All right, go ahead. She kind of holds the rope off to the side. Acrobatics or... Oh! A 10?
At the last second, can I try to grab him if he gets close?
Give me a dexterity check.
Just straight?
Just straight dexterity. Yeah. Shelby decides, well, maybe I could do what Luca does, and goes bolting up the stairs as well. Jumps. But you get to that point, that zenith, and you know you're just not gonna make it. And you start falling and dipping, and you watch as the stairs fall out of your sight, but then just at the last minute, your collar goes tight against your throat, and Luca's holding you up by one hand as you kind of dangle there.
Thanks, Luca.
No problem. Up you come.
See,
Get out there.
easy.
So Dart doesn't want to be shown up, so he will not be taking the rope either. And he would.
Why
like
am I
to
holding
do
this damn thing?
He would like to run as fast as he can and somehow do some like athletical ability to jump. It's not a full it's not acrobatic-y. It's just like a full force jump, and with that athletics. And
I like the Kent logic of if I use the skill that I want in it as an adjective, maybe she'll let me roll it. Yeah, give me your acrobatics.
Awesome. Thanks, Kayla. Merciful DM. 16.
16, you make it across pretty easily.
And it's like a hardcore, just like a power through kind of jump, like slamming probably into the like wall kind of jump, kind
Can
of.
Shelby like follow Luca's example and run to where D'Artagnan's gonna land to catch?
Yeah. So you're there waiting, your arms extended, ready to catch your noble captain. Who just kind of. Do you hit him in the face? No. No,
okay,
you don't.
Good.
But you do kind of like have to like stop up short and kind of like, before you
Why, thank you,
smash
Shelby,
into him.
for trying to help me. You are amazing.
Am I the only one left?
You and Ella.
Javier kind of looks up at Ella and he's like, So, I will admit I'm not much of a jumper. Nor am I a
I'm
lucky
holding the
person.
rope.
Well, okay, sure, I guess. Yeah, he'll take the rope.
Kind of shimmy across.
Yeah, he's like he's very nervous as he shimmies across.
You can, I don't know, I could say Ella kind of helps you to get the right hold. So you got two hands and then your legs wrapped around it. And you're just kind of pulling yourself like this across. So try and give me an athletics check.
Oh boy. Oh dear.
Don't forget you have advantages.
I'm gonna take my advantage.
12.
I
It's
said
shaky.
that before I saw the roll.
No, yeah. It's shaky. It's definitely shaky. The rope sways back and forth and you have to stop a few times holding on really tightly. But with between 3 people on the other side holding the rope and Ella on the other side, you managed to get across.
Yeah, it's like halfway he sort of stops and then he's like, damn, I'm like he's getting out of balance. And then from that point it starts going a little bit better, but there's a tail like keeping him balanced like a monkey.
Yep. You got your tail wrapped around the cord to help steady yourself even more, yeah. Ella is just gonna full on jump with all the strength that she has. Let's see. Oh, well, I whispered it. Here, I'll do it in public. 15. Not as great as the first one that I did. I did a 25 first, but 15. She just jumps, and she's a big woman. So when she hits on the other side, there's kind of like a moment where all of you are like, and you hear like a few stones fall off the bottom and hit the floor underneath you, but doesn't budge. She kind of coils up the rope. I think we're gonna need this, but yeah, you can have it back, Miss Luca.
Oh, thank you.
keep heading up, get another rotation around, and then a little half one before you start getting into the wood structures that are built up here. This is where it gets a little hairy. This whole wooden staircase has actually detached itself from the wall. So it's not necessarily free floating, but it is definitely very, very wobbly. And you can see there's like the breadth of a few screws holding it into the stone wall. It's into the metal wall itself. So it's very, very shaky up here.
Well, this sucks.
You're telling me. We're gonna study this thing, or any of you can do something?
Do I look like a toolbox to you?
What is it exactly that you
No,
want
but
to
you
do
look
with it?
useful.
I am not a handyman, darling. I am something way different. He looks at, like, Luca with her shovel. I don't suppose you have a hammer in there?
I do. Surprisingly. Yeah. Is there a way to using the hammer maybe and the crowbar maybe like take some pieces of the stairs and then jam them or put them up to like secure it to the wall? And I'll use my rope if I have to.
So I could see a way. There's like a wooden railing along the side for you to like hold on to that was meant to be on the outside to keep people from falling over. Using your hammer, you can detach a few pieces of wood. So you got like 3 boards maybe. Of course, that side is now very dangerous. You fall down, you're now falling down 3 stories. But you got 3 pieces of wood and an extra hammer. Let's see. Give me... What kind of roll? Give me an intelligence check.
Oh dear.
Fourteen's not bad. 14 isn't bad. This isn't necessarily your specialty here of building and securing things. But you can kind of be like, well, if I put this here, maybe. If I put that there, and you have to use the rope a bit to like, you catch it on a low hanging beam above you. You catch it on that and loop it around so it's kind of like holding it so it just sways. It doesn't necessarily like sag.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is still kind of rickety. It does secure it a little bit.
Okay. After
so going...
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
After like doing all this little bit of work and tying it up a little bit, I'll kind of step to the side and Your Grace and kind of gesture Xavier up more or first.
Oh, why not? Xavier's gonna very carefully try to climb it as stairs should be intended to climb.
Give me a straight dexterity save.
Dexterity save. All right, there we go. That's going to be 3 stories from me. Oh. I'm going to use that advantage. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Well, the advantage helps. So, at first you step out there and you are terrified. You step on the first board and your foot just kind of like you feel the whole thing shimmy underneath you and you're just like, oh, that's dangerous. And then eventually you step up on the next step and that one's a little bit more secure and then you kind of make your way up. It sways underneath you a bit, but you manage to make your way all the way up safe and sound.
My judgment is, it sucks. You will probably die. Please come quickly.
Yeah. And she'll go.
Another dexterity save. 13. It's very treacherous. There's a few times walking up this thing where you have to stop and your foot lands on one of the boards and it groans heavily and you feel the whole thing kind of like sag slightly to the side that's unsupported. But being as light-footed as you are, you do manage to make it up. But you know if that particular place is stepped on the wrong way by the wrong person, Ella, probably is not going to end well.
Once I get up, then I'll turn back and kind of point it out. And do watch your footing, right? Just, well, the whole thing, I suppose, but particularly there.
I would like to parkour up, like fancy ass parkour up it. Like go all out, like fancy.
I would like to acrobatically make my way up the steps.
I would like to make my way dexteritily all the way up with a dexterity save though.
Yes, they are all dexterity saves, but yes.
Perfect. But I would love to go up in the flourish of parkour, flips and jumps and hops and amazement.
Like the first flip you try to do, like Javier leans to look and
With
he's like,
the 12.
Is this the moment he dies?
Is this the moment he dies? Yeah. It's about that time he does the first flip. He lands it and you're just like, he's gonna die. There's no way. And then he decides, you know what? I'm gonna jump off the wall and land back on this thing. D'Artagnan parkours off the wall, sticks his foot perfectly into the side of this wall, and then jumps back onto the thing, and then the whole staircase sways. And you hear just the rope that's holding it groaning hard before it eventually snaps. And now this thing is free. It doesn't fall. But all that secure work that you did, Luca, that ain't there no more.
I'll go next. Run up.
No, Shelby.
Give me that deck save.
Now, I'm sorry, Luca.
Oh God, it's piece of cake. You're like, oh, my captain made it. I can make it.
I'd like to think as well that Shelby isn't like he's just running up the stairs. He's not really trying to dodge things. Like,
yep, doesn't even sway. Doesn't even like bend or groan at all underneath Shelby's weight.
Javier's just staring at Dot, and you know how a cat's tail looks when it's ticked off? Yeah, that.
Yeah. Let's see. What was...
Good job,
Wow.
Shelby.
Thanks, Captain.
As Kai's just, or not Kai, Xavier is just like throwing daggers.
Ella is gonna kind of like pause for a moment. You see her at the bottom, just kind of like, okay, all right, got this. I got this. She's gonna try and powerhouse her way up these steps.
You can do it, Ella. We will catch you.
With a 14, she makes it up pretty well, but her heavy footfalls towards the top of these stairs results in several of them breaking the moment she pushes off of them. So there are several like empty, loose stairs now. There's like a big hole there where that used to be. But she manages to make it up there with you guys in the more secure area and just kind of looks back like, ooh, yeah, all right. Probably not going to take that on the way down if that's all right with all of you.
Is there another way up?
I mean, would not be able to catch you.
You just give me a minute. Get down and start casting mending.
Are you
fucking kidding me? I could have died.
Light as a feather, Shelby mends the stairs one at a time, crawling back down, then turns around, comes back up. You know, it's no big deal anymore.
We had Luca like trying to mend this while
Wow.
you just.
There's now 2 people getting the angry cat treatment. 2 people are the angry cat treatment.
I mean, Dart would just be like, "Oh, you're using mending. That's Shelby, very smart and wise of you. Thank you."
Nice going, Shelby. Yeah. Right.
Luca kind of pats the pocket that has the jewels in it just to kind of comfort herself a little.
Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you, Ascension Story, for that raid. Love to see you, Matt, Sarah. Great to have you along.
Oh my god,
Guys,
that emote is so creepy.
Which one?
So great, no.
Like
Oh,
them
God.
just putting stacked on each other. It's like my eyes are scared.
It's intense. I love
It is a little intense.
It's very intense. I love it. You guys keep heading up the stairs. This time, you get to the top of the stairs. Seems all right. The only issue here is the ladder has broken to get to the absolute top. There's like a platform up above you where obviously the lamp would be. At this point, you guys are up into the actual like head of the woman at this point. It's about 5 stories up. And you can see the platform where it is. The platform comes to just about her eye level. And then the light would be at the very top on that platform. But the ladder itself has disconnected and broken. So it's the bottom part of the metal ladder is fine. It's just that gap where they've split across from each other.
Javier looks at Shelby. Well, are you a one-trick pony?
What do you mean?
He's a gnome.
Could you do it again? Fix it?
I mean, it would take a long time, but I can do. I'm gonna start taking on like I'm gonna get my thumb out. I mean, I can do about 1 foot per 6 seconds, so we're looking at 10 feet a minute. This is about how big is this?
Well, the ladders have. It's not necessarily that they're just broken. It's that they are split and not level with each other anymore. So rather than being like this, straight up and down, it's about this, where there's a 3 foot in between where the top ladder ends and where the bottom ladder ends. So they're not even anymore. Mending would require probably redoing the entire foundation to get it correct.
Nah, I can't fix this. Maybe Luca can.
Pretend she hasn't heard you.
I don't know what you guys are all scared about. This seems pretty simple to me.
All right, I'll just climb it. I am the captain of the ship. I can climb this.
Go ahead, Captain, if that's what you want to do.
You know what? I will climb it, and it'll be great, and we'll...
Oh, Captain, my Captain, please climb this ladder for us poor sailors.
Alrighty. How should I roll, Kayla?
This is going to be athletics, because you are pulling yourself up.
Fantastic! Athletics? What? Okay, that
You have
sounds great.
advantages, you have auto successes.
Submitting. Good, great. 20.
So you get up there and you get up to the top and at first you're kind of like judging it, and then you're like, this will be fine. You reach over, grab the other bar, and for a moment your whole body swings into the air before you just pull yourself up monkey bar style and get back up there, and you climb up to the top.
Okay. So it's pretty easy. I have rope in my bag. How 20
One
feet
of you
rope?
got extra rope too.
Well,
I don't know which one.
I mean, I know I have my burglar pack. I know I have my thieves' tools. I know I have like enough stuff to like.
Hang on a minute. Does the burglar pack come with rope? I thought it came with string.
Rope, I believe, as well. Oh no, shit.
I thought every
Right.
pet came with rope.
Yeah, I have hempen. I have hempen rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rope is like
So-
the bog standard for everybody in team.
I don't have rope. I don't.
I don't get rope.
You
The
didn't get one
entertainer's
from-
pack doesn't get rope.
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
I have a Skolas pack, so I don't have shit. I have a bag of sand if you want one.
Oh, well, that'll come in handy.
We're on a beach, have you?
Pocket sand.
Oh, so I have string and I have hempen rope. So I do have rope. So what I want to do is there anything that is sturdy? Can I do a perception roll to see something that's like sturdy enough to tie to so they can all just climb up the rope and help them? Like they can climb up the ladder or whatever, but use the rope as another way of like sturdying themselves up.
Yeah, there is the lantern. Now that you're up here, you can see there's kind of like holes in like what would be around the brow of the lady.
Okay.
Kind of like, so when the light goes around, there's this flash of like sort of a halo around her head that comes through just right here. And you look at the lantern. The lantern is shattered, but it's still like a big lantern. It's about as tall as you are. So
Okay.
you can secure rope to that to use.
Whilst Dart is considering this, can Shelby just make his way up the ladder?
Yeah. Athletics. No problem. No problem. It's a bit more of a leap for you when you get to that 3-foot gap.
Like
But
flying
you're
squirrel
very-
style?
Yeah, you're very quick and nimble.
Be
You can just scurry
aggressive.
up that thing, no problem.
Aggressive. Jumping through
I
that.
would
Okay.
also like to run up because she's not going to be outdone by Shelby at this point.
So you hear him up top. It's like, I'm gonna secure some rope, and you turn around to start tying it up, D'Artagnan, and then all of a sudden you turn back, finishing up. It's like, it's a good knot. It's a good knot for a sailor,
I've
and you
made
turn
that
around.
Great knot. Okay, Shelby, what's up?
Shelby's right there, right next to you.
What's up, Shelby?
Luca, give me your athletics. Not so good. You get up to that gap where that is. You're like, I can make this swing, no problem. If the rope hadn't been hanging there, you probably would have plummeted all the way down. But you managed to grab onto the rope at the last minute and start sliding down. However, trying to stop yourself on this rope, you feel that burn in your hands.
I
You
do have
are-
slow fall. So, I don't know if that will help me with my burn, but I can reduce falling damage by 25.
I mean,
I'm gonna say that you stop yourself on the rope, but you are gonna take a little bit of damage from like burning your hand on it. Well, just 4. I didn't mean to critical that, but you know,
Great.
2 damage per hand.
She's gonna kind of. There's no way she can. But she's gonna pretend like she did that on purpose, even though there's absolutely no way that that was on purpose. She's like, oh,
oh my god, can you do a performance check? No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. To see if we believed it.
You got this, little one.
Hey, me?
Not you, not you. The other one.
oh yes, quite just wanted to see the underside of the stairs.
Of course. Yes.
I
you're
like
doing
that she's still
excellent.
climbing and uses both hands to adjust her glasses.
She's like climbing with her legs, just like, oh yes.
Monks, you know.
Monks. Freaking monks. But give me one more athletics just for the rest of the climb. Yeah.
Wow.
After that, you're like, well, all right. I was going a little carelessly, and you kind of calm yourself and continue up the rest of the steps all the way. And you get up to the top.
You alright there, Luca?
Is it...
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay. I'm not looking
Those are
over the
going to be
edge.
you or me?
If you want to go first, I'm fine with it.
All right. She's going to just head right up. Oh, it would help if I clicked it. 10. She gets up there and it groans and leans. In your advantage, maybe, because it starts to lean a little bit closer to the other one, but you can tell it's like, you can hear that of the metal just screeching, groaning. She reaches up and grabs the other one, swings as well, but she's having a little bit of difficulty trying to get up there. We'll do another one. 15. She manages to just pull the rest of the way through. Sorry about that.
Well, it's going to suck anyways. I think he's just gonna try to climb the ladder.
You want the rope?
No.
No. Just a small, wee little French. No.
Just small font. Nah, he's gonna try to do the ladder. So, that's a athletics?
Yes. Athletics.
Oh, Christ.
11, even with it, you get up to that part where she was, and it groans as well, and you're just kind of like, oh gosh, and you're kind of like frozen for a moment as you're up there. It's still kind of groaning, not moving, just kind of every little breath that you take, kind of like the metal is just like settling and not feeling like it's gonna hold for much longer. Give me one more athletics. Oh boy. 8. Oh!
Could I do a sleight of hand trying to catch her his hand before Xavier's hand beforehand? Maybe like. See
I'm halfway, right? So.
Yeah, you're at halfway point. So you could
Too
reach
far?
down if you're laying against, like, if you're laying on the floor with your arm reached all the way down, you potentially could, if Javier reaches up at the same time, catch each other's hands.
Grab my ankles! I'm gonna throw myself off the edge.
Fuck.
Okay, I mean, here we go.
Shelby in the middle. Give me Shelby. Well, I'm going to give you advantage on this, Shelby, because you have D'Artagnan helping you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to need you. This is going to be another athletics because you're trying to hold on. It's strength-based.
Would like to assert that I am not able to pick up Javier. This is just going to be for my grip. I'm just a link in this chain.
Yeah.
This is Kent's check, not mine.
Yeah,
Oh.
but you're holding on to him.
Oh
so...
yeah, grip check. I've got the grip, but now Kent has to
Yeah.
save both of us, is what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
pulling
you're going to
up-
have to pull them both up. So that is definitely strength-based.
strength based.
Yep.
Strength based.
So
Okay.
strength saving throw.
Strength saving
Kind of
throw. Hold on.
Pull
let me
them
just-
up.
Let me just check something. Okay, I have a natural
I'll even
success,
give you
and that's all I
advantage
have.
as well, because Ella's going to grab the back of your jacket and try to pull as well.
All right, so I'm going to choose strength roll. Let's just see what happens.
You got this.
17.
It's a struggle. You feel your arms. Yeah, it hurts. It's not a pleasant feeling at all.
By
but
the way,
you-
my strength is a 13.
It's all you need, though. You slowly work your way backwards, and with Ella kind of like grabbing onto the back of your jacket and helping you pull back, eventually the two of them come back up. Javier, whew, that was a thing. You
I
almost
am
fell.
not doing that again.
Hence why I would like to not go back down. Just not down the stairs, at least.
Do you want to jump out the window?
No, just tie the rope. Make a rope all the way down.
Fair enough.
Right. Well, so we're at the top of the place. Let's see. And she kind of goes over to the edge where all of these large windows are and kind of leans out to look out there. And just keeps looking. 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 And then you see her kind of waver on her feet as she's standing there.
I'll stand next to her and look too. At hip height.
Looking out, the island spreads out and crossed in front of you. There's still dim light. It's kind of about late midday. Still, that mist kind of hangs over everything, so it's all still really gray. But as you're looking out over this scene of the island, your eyes are getting real heavy. It's getting harder to stay awake.
That
And
started
then
off as
Ella
a fake yawn.
falls down. Yeah, I know, right? And then Ella passes out and falls to the ground. Shelby, you're not too far behind. And the rest of you start feeling real tired, too.
Well,
Your
we did
eyes
it.
are real heavy. And slowly, one by one, all of you just kind of fall to the floor. Just exhausted. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Ah!
Well, everyone, enjoy the break. Do as we do. Take a break. Grab yourself a drink. Grab a bio. Let the dogs out or whatever you need to do. Stretch your legs, most importantly. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Enjoy these minis from Hero Forge. And check out Hero Forge for some new announcements today. So we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good break. We certainly did. So we're all asleep. I should be less hyper.
Yep. That's okay. So all of you have basically fallen asleep. Shall we play this game? Oh shoot.
If you
It was
start the
either
game,
Javier
you've got to
or
be
Luca.
looking for who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was either Javier or Luca.
Okay.
I know it was that side of my screen.
I think it
Which
was
one of you?
me.
I'll do
You?
it.
I think it was me because I saw Banishka do it before me, and I was like,
Oh,
All right. Then we will start with Javier. Everybody else, I would like you to take off your headphones as we have a whisper session now.
"Oh fuck."
Wait, whispers?
Yeah.
Whispers, take your headphones off. Hi, Javier.
Oh fuck. What's up?
So, you had a moment, you were looking out over the island, stretching out in front of you, and then all of a sudden you got sleepy. You just kind of decided to sit down, close your eyes for a little bit, get some sleep. But then this dream comes over you. Or maybe it's not a dream. Will you tell me about the last time you saw the old woman who took you in before you left?
Kayla.
When was the last time that you saw her? What'd you guys talk about?
The last time I saw her was, I think that would be almost, I'm now 34. I think that would be already almost 8 years ago. Though Javier doesn't really mind the passage of time as much. He just figures it's a long time ago. Considering
So it's been a while.
he doesn't really consider the concept of aging that much. Last time he saw her, they were home. Home being her estate, her mansion, her what people would call a fortress sometimes, but that was only people who did not like her, which were unfortunately a lot of people, but as she taught him that not everybody's gonna like you in life, Javier. No, but not everybody's gonna like you. So the best thing you can do is be strong enough to defend yourself from the people who don't like you. And she knew that to him, he'd never really appreciate the concept of strength, being somebody who was only valued for what he could do in fighting rings and stuff like that. And the fact that she brought this up again as she sort of like raised him, I guess, sort of, I don't know, ticked him off. So initially he was very annoyed in their conversation. It almost turned into an argument before she calmed him down, and she said, "You don't have to be defensive with me. You're safe here. I thought you knew that." And that was the moment that Javier first showed her his face. And that was also the moment where he first felt like somebody could. And she held his hand, she sort of stroked his cheek, and she said, like, "Darling, you are so pretty. I love you so much. You know that, right?" And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I know that, but you can't just They sat together for a long time, and she passed at night. And when he woke up, she was gone. And he told her head servant, put on another face, and he left.
You follow this chain of this memory where on her deathbed, you finally show your real face. And she still accepts you, even in this dream. Says the exact same things. But it's when you wake up that second time that you look at her and you realize that she's dead, that she's gone. You look up at her body and your memory isn't right. You look at her where she's laying on the bed, still in the same fine silks, fine linens. You can even see her hand where she'd been holding it and fell asleep, and your hand fell out of hers. Right about here, from here up, her head is missing. And you want to yell or do something or scream. Your mind knows it's not right. But you can't. You follow the same thing. You head down the stairs. Tell the servant. And you leave. With a different face. But that image is still there in your head. Will you please roll me 1d6?
Oh my god. That's a 2.
We'll handle that when you wake up.
Okay. Jesus.
All right. Let's do... Who do you want to go next?
Who do I want to go next?
Pick somebody. Why not?
Let's go bully Kent.
Okay.
I take him out as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Oh, hi, Kent. Nope, just Kent.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm a little nervous,
You shouldn't be.
but let's go. Let's do this.
So, your eyes get real heavy. You see Shelby step up there, and he's looking out, and he yawns, and you kind of look over the top of him because he's short, and you see the whole island stretched out in front of you, as far as you can see. It's misty and dark, and your eyes get heavy, and you eventually just kind of settle down. Your back hits the wall, and you kind of slide down to sitting, and just sleep takes you. And in your sleep, you you start to dream. You start to see images before your eyes. And then you realize it's not a dream, it's a memory. Something you've already experienced before. D'Artagnan, will you tell me about the first time you got your ship?
Well,
Who did you buy it from? What shape was it in?
it was actually procured on a bet. Believe it or not, I was a young sailor on an adventure trying to get out of my homeland and, just wanting to make a name for myself. And I got it from someone named Barb Osa, I think was his name. Captain Barb Osa. He was a nasty scoundrel of a man, but he could sail a ship like nobody could. And I wanted to learn from him, so I tried to make myself known to him. And the Sapphire Winds was a beautiful ship when I first saw it. It was this big sailing vessel. It was black and silver. It was in really nice shape. It was everything was pristine. Captain Osa would have it cleaned, swabbed 3 times a day. Like, it was fantastic. And I bet him that I could plunder more and export out more than he could in a 5-week period. Little did he know that I used my Triton abilities to kind of work around the system.
Kill more fish.
But I would also use the fish to find more pearls and other such trinkets of the ocean that he could not have. And in that 5 weeks period, I had made 14 times what he would have. So he then gave me his ship and the title of captain that goes along with it. And it's been my ship for the last 7 years and enjoying it. Yes.
Was Shelby with you that day, or was it just you before him?
I think Shelby was with me. I think Shelby must have been like helping me with the scamming of Captain Barbosa, because I respected Captain Barbosa, but at the same time I wanted to prove that I was better. But I think Shelby was with me.
It's that day that you remember specifically, the day that you went to basically determine it. You had met up in a bar with Captain Osa, and you're going over all the finances, all the records, and at first he doesn't believe it, and you guys go over it again. And you prove it. And of course, there's Shelby right there beside you, backing up every word that you say. Oh yes, he did do all of this. Yes, I helped him the whole way. I kept the ship sailing.
He did. He played his little harmonica, whatever he was playing, his kazoo, playing that fancy music to help sail the ship. He got the sailing music down. He got the trading music down. Everything that we need to run a proper ship.
And Captain Osa's astonished, but eventually he exhales and sits back, takes a long swig of his drink and sets it back down, and he gives in. He says that you won. Fair and square. Hands over the titles that he'd been keeping in his bag. All the paperwork is yours. He even tells you that it's already been paid up at the docks, so you can just leave. And you can't really tell if it's because he's just being kind. Maybe he actually wanted you to win, maybe. Or maybe you just really did get that lucky. And you're filled with such happiness. Such a sweet moment of just victory and freedom and being able to escape. And in that moment, you look over, you smile over at Shelby, and you get the sense that he's happy too. Mm-hmm. And you know in the memory, you see his smiling face, staring up at you, all excited, ready to usher you out and continually call you captain. But it's in this dream that as you look down at Shelby, from here up, Shelby is headless. There's nothing on his shoulders. You just see an empty hole of his neck. Like he's been executed almost. The memory follows on, normal, just as you remember it, except there's a headless Shelby leading you out into the street as he skips along towards the docks in front of you, heading down to the ship. It's disturbing to see. But it's just as you remember it, except that headless Shelby. Roll me 1d6, please.
Okay. 2.
2, wow. You guys are keeping consistent.
Okay, cool.
We will resolve that when you wake up.
Thank you. Goodbye.
No, which one do you want? Oh, never mind. Let's do Luca. Hi, Luca.
I'm so afraid.
Don't be. So you're up there. It's been a harrowing couple of days. And that exhaustion just kind of creeps up on you. You can't tell if it's maybe because of the pack's heavier. I mean, you do have that nice little pocket of gems, or what it is, but eventually your eyes get real heavy and you just kind of set your pack down to the side and just kind of sit down next to it, and the next thing you know, your head just kind of nods off. You fall into a sleep. And in your sleep, you start to dream. You start to see things. Only then to realize it's not a dream. It's a memory. Luca, will you please tell me about the last time that you were with the Drow underground before you left?
There was a meeting of the Drow monk leaders. They had called all of us into this room, and I had heard of plans to eventually come up and claim our foothold, our land under the sun. But it was ready to put those into action. We were starting to send out scouts, and I had volunteered. I was much easier to blend into the lands above, and we were getting our instructions. Particularly, I was instructed to find good methods of transportation, fast methods of transportation. And as I stood in front of the Drow leaders, all I could think of was how grateful I was that they had accepted me so completely as to entrust me with this.
You're standing there before the whole council in front of you, and you see all of them in their regal attire, dressed up. And it's such a proud moment for you to be accepting this, to be chosen. Of course, you volunteered, but to actually have them pick you and say, yes, we do want you to help us. It's a moment that's never really faded in your memory at all. That shining moment of when you got your chance and when you really stepped up and became who you feel you should be. That you have this opportunity. And you take a moment where you're kind of looking down at your feet and just absolutely humbled and proud of yourself. And then you look back up at the council before you, all of them. Same regal clothes. Sitting tall, as elves usually are. However, as you look back up at them, Each and every single one. Each of them are headless. There's nothing on their shoulders. In your mind, you can remember their faces, stoic and serious, giving you this important mission. Some of them even prideful, some of them teachers of yours, some of them smiling at you. But at this moment, in this dream that you're having, each and every single one of them, completely headless. Nothing. Like they've been executed almost.
In the dream, I look around to see maybe if there's someone else around, if there's something else happening. And when I don't see anything, I take a few steps up to my favorite teacher, the one who taught me martial arts, Claire.
Again, in your mind, it follows the usual patterns of your dream. In real life, you probably did the same thing to say goodbye to her in a separate chamber.
And I try to find if maybe there's a pulse still, even though that would make no sense.
She still moves, still mimics, and in your mind, you hear her voice expressly saying how proud she is and how ready you are for the task ahead of you. That you're going to help the Drow once again rise to what they should be. Rise to the mainland. You hear all of these words in perfect time with your memory. But the whole time she's in front of you, even as in the memory you lean in and give her a hug before you leave, she hugs you back. But her body remains headless the entire time. There's just nothing there. You please roll me 1d6. Three. All right. We will resolve that once you wake up.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Shelby.
Oh, hi.
You end up falling asleep beside Ella. It's a nice sleep. Feel kind of tired anyway. It's been a lot. It's been a day.
It's too easy to roleplay, Kayla.
You fall asleep and you start having dreams. Just visions that kind of wander aimlessly for a minute before eventually focusing in on something. And it focuses in, and you realize it's not a dream. This is a memory of yours. Shelby, will you please tell me about the time when you finally gave the other ring to D'Artagnan? What happened that day? How did you get them? And what made you decide to eventually give it to your captain?
It's always been confusing about what stuff is magical and isn't magical, and like what people can do and can't do. Like, I didn't realize that the captain couldn't identify things. So when we found these rings and like they looked worthless, but I thought, well, they're with the treasure, they can't be like useless. I cast identify on them, and I saw that they shared damage, and I thought, well, Captain's always tripping over and hurting himself and trying stupid things. It's only a matter of time until he hurts himself. So I'll give him one. And I don't think he really understood what I was doing, but also I didn't really want to tell him.
You never have. Was it just a simple night? Just a night on the ship when you gave it to him?
We, you know, we'd gone treasure hunting on one of those islands, and he'd got another map from somewhere, from some, woman. They just seem to throw themselves at him. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he calls them treasures and things. But this woman told him all about this treasure, and we went out there, and there was like someone waiting for us, but we got rid of them. And I played a victory song.
As you do.
But yeah, the crew got the split of the gold. I got the rings because, and to split of the gold because no one wanted the rings. And I gave one to D'Artagnan. I told him it was a friendship ring and that I would never let his ship sink. And he has forever taken that to mean that his ship will sink if I'm not there. It's like
So is
early.
that
Before we fell asleep, why was everyone so nervous about falling?
it's weird. Why would they be nervous about falling? It was that night in your memories that you distinctly recall. Probably in his captain's quarters afterwards that you hand over the ring to him and give it to him. And you're surprised that he doesn't even recognize what it is, and he just carefree, as always, the usual D'Artagnan. He just slips it onto his finger and doesn't think twice about it. And you've known for a long time what it does. Felt the effects several times over.
Yep.
Where you see him get slashed across the chest. But it was that night where you gave it to him, knowing fully what it did. You kind of look down at the ring again, knowing your captain's always going to be safe as long as you're around. And then you look back up at him as he's kind of examining his finger. Only this memory isn't right. You look back up at him and he's holding his hand out and looking at the ring. But he's not looking at it. From here up, your captain, D'Artagnan, is headless. As if his head's just been taken clean off of his shoulders. He still moves. Still acts normal. You see him flip his hand over a few times and kind of do one of these. And you can even hear his words in your mind. The usual. Oh, well, thank you. Thou, thee, thine, thou art amazing. Kindly. Thou, thine, art, that. Thou.
You're too good at that voice, Kayla. But like, I'm gonna like hop up on the table and like look at his shoulders. What's going on? Does he look like he's been beheaded?
It looks to you as if he's been beheaded, and this memory still follows kind of its natural course of usual everything that happened that night. Him kind of play with the ring for a moment, settling it on his fingers and shuffling through the gold, pocketing probably more than he really should have.
He's the captain, that's fair.
He's the captain. It's bound to happen that way. But he walks around and is headless.
I'm gonna go to the cabin window and look outside. There's got to be someone swabbing the deck or something. Do they have a head?
The whole crew outside, people you recognize, people you've sailed with for years. All of them. Headless. They still move, they still act normal. But they're all headless.
Can I like do a medicine check or something? Does he look injured? I mean, I know that
I
seems
mean,
silly.
as far as you can tell, you don't even have to roll the medicine check. He's still moving. He's still acting normal. Even when your mind fills in the memory where he speaks, you hear his voice in your head, but there's no jaw to move. It's still voices. He's just has no head. Will you please roll me 1d6?
Ooh. Can I roll a real dice?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just because I bought a new dice recently, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And the 6.
Oh, you rolled a 6? Oh, that's
No.
nice!
It's
Oh,
a Thundercat
okay.
6. It's a Thundercat 6.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll it. I'll roll it. I got a 3.
A 3? Okay. Awesome. We will resolve that once you all wake up.
What does this mean?
I mean, you guys were all pretty even, which is good. And it would help if this post-it note actually wrote on. All right, we'll get everybody back in.
I have fears.
As I'm sure the rest of everybody else does too.
I like mine. Mm.
I'm back. I'm not panicking. I'm
We'll
fine.
We'll wait for Ken.
Ah!
Ah!
Kayla, did you see my DM to you?
No, I've been I've been
On
busy,
Zoom. On
sir.
Zoom. I know you have. Right when
on
you were
Zoom?
talking to me,
Oh.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I saw
please
that.
don't do that because that would be really sad if that one got taken away. If you know what I mean, like.
All of you slowly come to, even Ella, and you all come to, and your head is just pounding with this pulse, this hurting pain. All of you are going to take. Why? You're all going to take 6 points of psychic damage.
That's rude.
Did we
I
get
know.
a rest at all between sessions?
No.
No?
I will say that counts as a full rest, as all of you come to, and it is now dark outside. It is completely dark.
Yay,
So
look
that
at
is
Panther
6.
healed.
You guys are healed, but then you immediately lose 6 points.
The heroism is gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, shit. Now I'm worse off. Okay, there we go.
You all wake up, and your head is just
Whisper.
pounding.
Whisper.
Is this similar pounding to what it
To when
feels
you're
like
near
with
the monsters? Yes, very, very distinctly similar.
Okay, check Zoom chat for a second.
Roll perception for like the.
Oh.
I would like to thoroughly check Shelby right now.
What?
I just need to I'm gonna literally rush over to Shelby, pick him up and be like a full inspection of like, are you okay? Is everything all right?
I'm fine. Are you okay? What happened?
Do you remember the day that we got the ship?
It was a long time ago.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that you had your head.
You were headless in my dream too. And all of the
What?
crew.
It was just you that was headless in my dream.
I'm sorry, you dreamed of headless people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did as well. My teachers.
Are they
Roll perception.
valued people to you?
Yes.
Damn it.
Bless.
Bless you, Captain.
Ugh. That was an end-game sneeze. I couldn't get to the mute fast enough.
When I suffer psychic damage, I have to
Oh.
sneeze. It's
Oh
strange.
man, Psychic damage always
Allergies.
messes with my nose.
Psychic, sinus, it's the same thing.
Same spelling.
I mean, I've been with Shelby for at least 10 years or so. I think. I don't remember. It's been a while. Feels like forever.
Yeah, I might have signed up when I was 10.
You sure did. Yep.
My dream was only of about 2 years ago.
We might have to revise the story of the ship. I forgot how young you were. All of that took place 2.5 years ago, Kayla.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fine.
2.5 years ago. Would that make better? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
That works.
Great.
That checks.
17, but I lied about my age.
Do you remember us getting the ship from Captain Barbosa?
Yes, I remember it.
I'm glad I put the only one that ground at it.
It's a really good story.
You ask me, Bob Loza.
Yeah, he was a Loza, but we respected him. He is the person who gave us the ship.
Oh.
On a bet where we scavenged and made 14 times more than him in 5 weeks. Do you not remember this at all?
I totally do. It's just a bit vague at the minute because I'm worrying about your head being missing.
Worried about yours. It was right when we signed the deal with Captain Barbosa that your head went clean right off and disappeared. In that dream. It was very realistic.
Funnily enough, do you remember when we got that treasure and I found these rings that we wear to symbolize our friendship?
Ah, yes. The rings. Yes. Our friendship wings. Wings.
Wings.
Wings.
Mowed brings us together today.
Now, oh my god. Mowed brings us together. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what my dream was of. And you didn't have a head either. We were like sitting at the table. I just gave you the ring and then whoop! And it looked proper like a decapitation. I had a good old look. You're like, had sinew and bone and muscle and all sorts. But you sounded alright.
You were able to walk with no head. It was like a torso with no head. And when I looked into it, it was just nothing. Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
mine was a bit
why
more
not?
gory than that.
No, it was the same thing.
Oh, it was
was
the
it?
same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It was
Wait,
really
which one?
gory.
Oh, the gory, okay.
It was really gory. And shook me to the core.
Oh, lordy.
But I'm glad to see that you're okay. Can I do just a overall so you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm good too, I think. Am I good, Kayla?
I mean, besides the 6 damage and your head still pounding,
Oh,
My
yeah,
you're
head's
intact.
pounding. Head's pounding. Hang on, do I have a thing? Do I have a thing?
Can I roll perception for like the area?
Yeah.
Like, for where we are. Because is it very dark where we are?
Yep. You guys went when you got up to the top of the tower. It was about midday, from what you could tell. Now it is completely dark. You have been here for some time, and you don't really know how long.
All right.
Also, where's Ella? Ella. Hey.
Ella's still. Ella's still there. She's just kind of sitting off to the side. Is very quiet as she
Did you-
sits there.
Did you have a weird dream, Ella?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we all did, and that probably means that it's just a dream, doesn't it? Don't need to worry.
Right. It's yeah.
Totally not having a subconscious dream about everyone having headless things of their loved ones or their people, companions.
It's just a prank or something.
It's a joke, Shelby. Yes, we're good. My brain doesn't hurt from this sleeping. That's normal.
Like I said, this island's been acting real weird, but
It doesn't seem
Seem-
terrific awesome.
no, not really. No, seeing my brother without his head is not something I was looking forward to.
Was yours all gory too?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You remember when I was telling you about we were down in that pit and we made all the mushrooms and were selling them? Yeah, I swung the sword and then I looked back at him and he was headless. So,
Oh dear.
yeah,
At least it's just a dream.
right, yeah, it's just a dream.
Just dream. Just...
Although, I'm not to be a downer, but dreams combined with psychic damage do sometimes mean visions or portents. Not to be.
Well,
Never
I
mind.
don't see how mine could be important at all. So,
Did you not have a dream, Javier?
it was average.
You often see folk with their heads cut off?
Well, what is important is that we are suffering from headaches. And remember, the only time we have headaches is when there's something around. Which is what really worries me, to be honest.
Oh, that is a good point.
Thank you, Khalil,
your-
for donating that extra advantage to Ken.
Thank you. I probably need it.
No, you don't, you liar.
Roll 20 might hate me one day.
It's
I
gonna
remember
come for you
Ryutama.
during the final. Like,
Oh my
Watch,
god.
right?
Oh my god.
look at the excitement in your eyes, Kayla. That's
Don't tempt me.
episode 10, Retribution.
Well, with your perception, Javier, you look around. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. It's still at the top of the tower. Luckily, it hasn't rained. Plus, because it's kind of everything's broken, and there's large windows, and you probably would have all gotten drenched. But everything kind of seems normal up here. If there was a monster around, logically, you don't really know how it could have gotten up here.
Fair enough. So, where do we go from here? And he looks at Ella.
Right. She kind of like shakes her own head, trying to get her senses back, and she pushes up to her feet and a little apprehensive, but this time looks out across the whole island and then kind of like stops again and is, you guys want to come take a look at this? I feel like I'm still seeing things. There's lights. She kind of like motions for all of you to come quickly.
I rush right to her side.
How far are the lights away?
Well, as you get up to stand beside her, you look out across the whole island. Again, you can see the other side of the island where now that you look over it, you can see the other side of the island where a vaguely the shape of a woman is, and you get the sense that's the other lighthouse. You also can see some lights on this other town. A few of them. They're kind of dim. But what she particularly is talking about and pointing out, you see, looking down from such a high angle over this entire island, there are small breaks in the trees, and you can see tiny little specks of light kind of flickering and dancing, and they all kind of spider web in places across the island. And then they all kind of converge into one place. Just outside of the eastern city, you can see in the darkness what looks like the shape of a a lighthouse. And you see all of these lines of tiny little lights leading up to this one lighthouse. Or this one windmill. Sorry, lighthouse. What am I saying? Windmill. They all kind of stop there, about 100 feet away from it, but they all kind of like spider web and lead towards the middle of that.
Is this lighthouse that we're in lit?
No. With
Can I get
how
up to the
damaged
light?
it is.
Can I get up to the light bit where the light is?
Yeah. I mean, it's still there. It's broken and shattered, but it's still there.
It's okay. I want to climb up there, and is there like a reasonably big bit?
Yeah. I mean, the inside of it seems, the light part itself inside seems intact. It's just the glass that normally surrounds it is shattered.
Cast light on the light bit.
You cast light on the light, and it, because there's like this giant metal cone that reflects the light, it catches all of that light and just beams it back at your face. And it is bright.
I'm gonna come down now.
But it is basically a spotlight.
It's supposed to rotate or something? I don't know.
As you're climbing down, it kind of like shimmies for a moment. You're like, whoa. And then you realize it's manual. You have to basically push it. Once you push it, it slowly starts turning. And just keeps seamlessly turning on this mechanism.
Perfect!
It's really interesting because generally where you are climbing up inside, you can see the outline of her body from the inside. So you're just above the eye level. So where these lights are coming out is a straight beam across her forehead, almost like a halo.
Well, there's a liberty. I'll climb back down to the rest of the group.
What are the lights doing now?
Still flickering.
Are they still
we
in the
tell?
shape or something?
It's not so much a shape. They're kind of like... They're scattered, and it's almost like they kind of follow like broken paths that you can't really make sense of being this high up and with the trees and everything like that, but they do all eventually kind of spider web inwards.
Do they look
Or
like
maybe spider web out from that particular lighthouse.
Can we tell if they might be like torches or bonfires? Are they stationary? Are they moving?
They are stationary. They're not moving at all. But they seem really tiny.
Okay.
So it doesn't strike you as torches per se.
Does the light steady? Like it could be like a magical light?
Some of them do kind of flicker and bounce.
Okay.
And a wind kind of blows through the lighthouse itself. And you see all of them kind of like dim for a moment as this brush of wind goes by and it travels across the island. You see in time all of them kind of like dim where this huge wind passes over the island, and then some of them stay out, some of them come back. From this high up, it would be you can make a perception check, but from this high up, it's kind of hard to determine what exactly these sources of lights are. But anyway, Scrat?
Okay. There's an idea.
Mhm.
What if we were to mend one of them panels of glass, right?
Mhm.
And then paint on it that symbol that we've been seeing everywhere in big, thick paint, and then just shine it at something and see what happens. Maybe at the
I mean,
sky.
if you want to, go ahead.
I'm asking my group. Maybe it'd be like the You remember when the university campus had that thing where they had to answer the call if they put out, and they called it the frat symbol, and it hit the clouds like that?
The frat symbol. I do remember the frat symbol.
We could do something just like that and see if it summons
It's
smugglers.
The Frats League of Excellence of people.
It looks so done right now.
Kayla,
No, please do go on. Yes.
you mentioned a windmill?
Yes, that's where all of these lights either seem to be stemming out of or going towards. And it's on the very far side. Like it's close to that west island or that west city that you can see, east city. God, left, right. It's closer to that east side city. It's rather big from what you can tell than it is closer to you.
Javier turns to Luca, and he holds up his wrist, and it looks inked into his wrist, but it's the symbol. He's like, windmill.
Ooh, do you have some sort of connection or understanding of what these are?
Oh no, he just does this and it's gone. I just don't have paper on me.
Oh, I forgot. You're gonna have to trigger my memory. I don't remember what's going on.
Nothing, I'm just showing you as a symbol.
I thought you were referencing something that had happened, and I was like, oh, crap.
No, he just doesn't have a paper on him.
Oh.
Wouldn't you say the symbol is quite similar to that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, Kayla, can I do a history check on windmills and Steve's?
What if it is a windmill with maybe not a sun but a light above it?
It could be a lighthouse. It could be a lighthouse.
Well, what if it's just a windmill? Considering, look at he pulls D'Artagnan's shoulders, like, come with me, Simba. I will show you the world. You know?
Show me everything the light touches.
And he points out the lights and where they are, seemingly coming out or have seemingly come out of.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to point out the windmill to Dot.
He sees it. It could be a windmill. Though in the back of his head, he's like, it also could be a lighthouse.
Okay.
Why don't we just head down and have a look?
Did sneak into a few lighthouse. Yeah.
Are you familiar with that windmill?
That one? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell from out here. It just looks like a windmill. I don't know. When you get closer, you can tell. Some of them haven't been lived in for a while. Though I know I did sneak into a few of them.
That isn't by chance close to the hidey hole where you folks found the mushrooms and the sword, is it?
Oh no, that was further south, on the south side of the city. South. You see her kind of lean out and look southwards, and then her eyes kind of go wide. No, I have a better idea. We have to go to the outpost. It's on fire right now. I need to go get my brother. And she's turning around and quickly trying to scramble with her pack and pull out her rope.
You don't need rope. Come on, let's go.
What? We don't need rope. I am not going to climb down them damn stairs again. You are out of your mind. She's
come with me, and you'll see a world of possibility.
Shelby, I do not have wings.
You don't need them. Just follow me.
Oh no.
Don't you all trust me?
I trust you, Shelby. Friendship.
Hang on a second. Let me just check something.
I know. what you're
Yeah,
trying
we
to
can
do.
totally do this.
Oh boy.
Oh God. Are you? What are you? What? What are you suggesting? Here. Huh?
We all need to do it at the same time, but let's just run and jump. We'll
No.
get down in no time.
I literally just grabbed Shelby's hand. I'm like, I'm ready when you are.
I offer a hand to Ella.
You're lucky I like you, kid. And she takes your hand. It is. Your hand is engulfed by hers.
Why not take a leap of faith, Xavier?
Oh, yeah.
Javier. Oh! Javier.
He looks like I don't wanna, you know, like this sucks. It is that your track record is so well. Smells. He takes his hand.
Come on, Luca, you're not scared, are you?
I'll just go down the stairs. I'll see you down
I mean,
there.
I thought the way you were jumping and stuff earlier, I thought you were, good at jumping.
Luca, it will be an experience to write down in your notebook.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And she holds her hand out.
Okay, let's go! Run and jump!
Run and jump.
Do we have to roll?
How far is this fall?
Feasting and die.
I would say because you're at the very top, it is now 6 stories.
Great, I'm gonna let us free fall for like 4 stories.
Fuck me.
All the way down.
And then I'll cast Feather Fall on the group.
Better time that right.
For a moment, all of you get that sickening feeling like, oh my God, we just jumped out of a window. Shit. And
Shelby's
then
laughing all the way down.
Shelby is just delighted, like a maniac, laughing and just so happy. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're just weightless as you slowly float down.
Dart's just like, yeah, he's done this a few times in the last few years that I've known him. You kind of get used to it. You just trust him when you say jump. That pit in your stomach, it really hurts, but like then you're just woo.
This sucks. I'm never doing this again. Don't ever ask me to jump out of a window again. Please.
Not my preferred mode of travel.
I
Oh,
want
it's so
60%.
And
I
look,
want 60%, damn it.
I let
52.
go of Ella and D'Artagnan and start doing like tricks. in the
55.
air.
49.
40. Fuck you.
I mean, we can talk about that too, but that's we're floating here.
Time and place.
You slowly drift down and touch the ground again at the very bottom. Up above you, the lighthouse is still shining as the light slowly goes around and the woman's halo goes around her head.
How is her headache? Like,
It's still pounding, but it's slowly going away. You get the sense it wasn't just the location that you were, but it was a sense of what you had all seen and experienced. That truly is what caused the headache.
all right.
Right, well, now that we are on the ground, do you guys want to follow me? Because I'm heading south. Unless you guys want to head to this stupid windmill. That is your prerogative, but I'm going to get my brother. That place is on fire.
Well, do you think you will reach it before your brother might have gotten out?
I don't know, but I'm going to go and try and find him.
All right, all right, all right.
What, you
Okay.
never cared about anybody?
No.
Don't you think that your brother's maybe quite capable?
Well, yeah, he's capable, but he's also a dumbass. I'm going to find him.
Hey.
Oh, joy.
I know! Why don't we split the party? 2 people go with Ella and 2 people go to the windmill.
That's an excellent idea, Shelby. Let's not do that though.
Why
How
not?
about we quickly go to the outpost and then go to the windmill? Unless it's time sensitive for the windmill.
Well, I think it's only here at night. How long is it to the south?
To the south with me?
Yes.
I can get us across that island. I guess by dawn. I know this place like the back of my hand, like I told you.
Then how long will it get us back to the windmill area?
To the windmill? It's across the island, so it's about a day, but I can get us there in half the time.
I think we should go with her.
I'll agree with you this time, Javier.
Merci.
Scribble something in her book.
So we don't want to split the party.
As excellent a choice that is. No.
Shelby, you are very small. You are also very lucky, but also very small. And I would like you in my sight, if only because you are the one carrying the band-aids.
Did you get older? You got taller.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, something weird happened. I got really young.
Taller. Well, I mean, tallish. Taller.
It is something.
Right. Anyway. Onward. We're heading south right now. And she's packing up her stuff and getting ready. Trekking down. Playing the music. You guys start heading back down the path that you had originally came from. It's clear, and she knows her way around how to be sneaky and get by. You pass again by that wall, and the bodies of those creatures that you had left are all gone. Like they've been cleaned up. You see drag marks leading off, but they're gone. And the rest of the wall hasn't been completed yet. But because it's the middle of the night, doesn't seem like anything's up right now. And Ella's not even pausing to question it. She just continues on down the same path, heading down. It's rocky, it's dangerous, but somehow Ella's pretty good about where she puts her feet and is able to direct you and stop you guys, basically. She's very quick, knows this island. She was not kidding. This whole area, these blood red rocks that surround you. She is limber, jumps over them, knows where to hide, knows where to step, where not to step. Eventually you guys hit the forest. She purposely deviates and pulls you guys around very far away from the city because she does not want to go back there. But along the path, as you guys kind of cut back in, you stop in the forest as she kind of like turns her head and is like scanning around. Hey, those lights you guys are looking at. 3 of them right over there. The candles?
Far
I-
away?
I'm gonna look at the lights and cast dancing lights, and make it look like our lights. We have lights exactly the same.
You cast dancing lights, and there's a couple of just small little flickers going up around you.
See, now we fit in.
Like
How far are
to
the lights?
How far the light? They're about the area of the woods that you're in right now are kind of thick, but you can see them just between the trees if you lean just right. They're about 120 feet off.
Oh, that's just in my range.
do a little recon.
Sounds good.
I'd like to try and sneak up closer to the lights to find out what I can see.
Just Luca?
I would like to go too. D'Artagnan's very curious.
The 2 of you sneak forward, and Javier, you can see them in your vision. And you can see that when you look just right between the trees, and you two see it especially well when you get up close. What you see is a small little, you see a couple of rocks propped up, So 2 of them are standing up straight, and then there's one kind of longer one over the top to make it sort of like a tiny little shelter. And then underneath, you see 3 white candles of varying height, buried into the ground and burning.
I like to see if I can see if there's anybody around, anything moving.
Give me a perception check.
While she's doing that, I would like to look for any like runes or like any occultish or arcana kind of like, not that I know it, but like at least like look for the signs of something ritualistic.
Okay. You can also give me a perception check as well. With yours, Luca, you look around and scan the woods. You see a deer hop in and out of sight, scatter away. But other than just a deer, you don't really see anything around you. It's just this flickering candle. And then you kind of lean over a little bit. Further down, another 100 feet, you can see another little light burning and dancing. And you, with your 22...
I've been rolling good today.
Yeah. Well, with that one you have.
True.
You look around, specifically at the trees. You look around. You don't see anything like carved into them or anything. You don't see any marks per se. But then you look down at this rock again. It's 2, kind of propped up. One over the top. It's kind of triangular a little bit. If you look at it just right. Do you reach down and pick up any of the candles, or?
Nope.
I can see your hesitation, Kent.
Okay, but I'm also in the back of my head thinking about that compass, and I really want to pull it out right now. I don't know if it does anything or not, but I just like to put it against the lights.
Do it.
I'm gonna pull out the compass.
You pull at the compass and open it up, hold it up to the light. You are currently facing west.
Okay, so the compass is not cursed or anything. Thank God. Because remember, I picked it up with not even touching it. I picked it up with my sword, and it was like, this is probably gonna kill me at some point. Okay, so let's see. What was the description of the rocks again? Sorry.
They look
Prop.
vaguely, yeah. Vaguely like somebody may have had the intent to make that symbol, but it wasn't working. Or maybe it's just a trick of the light.
I'm gonna like let Luca like be like, hey, you see how the rocks and the light are formed? Does that look similar to something that we've been studying for the last little while? Maybe a certain symbol?
I don't have a symbol, I've only got a kazoo.
I didn't know Shelby followed.
I didn't either.
I was gonna stand there on my own, it's dark.
I mean, you
I'm
can't hear
there.
them over the thing, so over the earrings. So
Oh, true. We have the communication. I forgot about that.
I forgot that we can communicate to each other, right?
Yeah,
All right. Good to know.
that
And
is.
apparently it's always an open channel, which means anyone could be listening in.
Shit.
So we just don't think. That's what D'Artagnan does.
Head empty, no thoughts. Sure, yeah.
just smooth elevator music, like.
Never underestimate the ability to not be thinking of anything. It's one of my favorite things. Just zoning out.
Dot
can
is just
do.
like the Pirates of the Caribbean theme, like on loop. Like just on loop.
Dun 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 dun.
Keeps going.
Yeah, hours of that. But yeah, Luca, do you think it looks like the symbol that we've been like looking into? Oh, hi, Shelby.
Perhaps a little
Hi.
bit. Can we tell how long the candles have been burning?
You look at it and there's a pretty sizable, like, little puddle of wax already melted down. So it seems like they've been going for a couple of hours, maybe 2, 3.
Just hours, not days.
No, not days, just hours.
Is there other like wax around that would indicate that this is not the first time that this has happened?
Yeah, you get the sense that there's other wax. You look at the ground a little bit more and kind of push some out of the way. There's other wax here. Most of it's white, but there's like chunks of it. You kind of push a little bit more of the dirt away to see just like how much there is. And underneath there's push away a little bit more and you feel paper.
Luca needs it.
Take up your paper. But we'll wait until next week to figure out what it says.
No, wait. No.
It's 9! Don't do this!
I'm
holding it.
Real quick.
I just want to read it real quick.
I mean, it's only quick words. It's only like it's.
Luca's a fast reader.
That's such a long break.
All right,
This
all right.
small little
I'll tell you what it
Kayla.
says, but then we're done.
Okay.
Children, you're going to bed.
Okay, Mom.
No supper. You open it up, and it's not really language per se.
That's cheating.
It's
Wait,
like
wait, wait, wait.
symbols.
If it's primordial, I can read it.
No, but you look
Yeah,
over at it, and you know what this is right away. This is Thieves' Cant.
Oh, it's these can't. Okay.
You read it, and it says, shit, I gotta find it in my fucking notes. I wrote
This
it
is
down.
why she
too.
wanted to wait till
Yeah,
next
it
week.
was.
She
I
can't
couldn't
find
find
the words.
Shut up! Hush, hush you. I can't find it. Where did I put it? Oh no. Oh no. Where did I put it?
She put it in a
remember what it is.
cliffhanger.
I mean, this is a very good way to get your cliffhanger back.
This is not what I mean, this is not intentional. I legitimately just wanted to. Oh, there we go. There we go. It says, for the weak and weary, for the betrayed and forgotten.
For the weak and weary. For the betrayed and the forgotten. That is what it says, Luca.
You're brilliant.
And that's where we're going to end, because no more. Now go to bed, all of you.
I'm so
send-
curious.
Oh, betrayed or forgotten?
Betrayed and forgotten.
And forgotten. Sorry.
Right, but we-
My feast can't is a little off.
I don't know. Are you?
Maybe we're the weak and weary.
I mean, we might get betrayed or forgotten. Ella's been forgotten. I don't know. I'm just.
Oof. Find out next week.
Find out next time on Blythesmoth Isle of Blythesmoth.
Don't dab at that.
I'm the worst.
Damn it, I was trying to figure out what it might be in Thieves' Cant. I got as far as for Bubble and Old.
You nerd.
Bubble and Squeak. Old Deary, Weary. Anyway.
Hold up, do you actually know Thieves' Cant?
I've been working partially on a Thieves' Cant book for the last 2 or 3 years. I've been keeping it totally under wraps. Like, using, Cockney rhyming slang and, other stuff like that. Because, I mean, come on. Thieves' Cant, you can speak normal words, but no one can understand you. It's literally the bit from Goldmember, right?
Oh,
and he
yeah,
shat
it is.
on a
Yeah, it is.
turtle! You know?
Oh my god, that's genius.
Music.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Cool, cool.
Anyway, we'll scratch that. We'll come up with it later on. I'll actually start working on that again sometime when I have time. Ha! I said that 2 years ago. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. We are going to go on a raid. So hop in the raid thing. If we have a better raid cry than our regular raid cry, let's hear it before we go round. But before we also go round, please check out our sponsors, Hero Forge. Lots of exciting things coming up soon. A Kickstarter starting very soon. Color printing. Also, check out the Deck of Many, who created the Deck of Many things, which we are currently using as donation incentives. Oh, I got the gem. Yeah, I got the fall earlier, but now I get the
card.
gem. Also, check out Mage Hand Press. Mage Hand Press. That's not how you do that thing. Mage Hand Press. They recently released Dark Matter in hardback. Space 5e. What more do you need to know? Go and buy it. Use my code for a 15% discount. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's actually go this way around this time and start with Benishka. Wait, hang on a minute. We have credits to this, don't we?
Yeah.
God. Yeah, look, that's Benishka. She's great. That's Kent. He's great. That's Kai.
Hi, first stream.
Kai, he's great. And that's Kayla. She's great. You're going to see a bunch of text now about all the wonderful things that they do. Go and click on all the things and go and say hello. Until next time, everyone, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you later on. Bye.